What up, y'all? What is good? What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Instant Replay, the daily show. It is Monday. It is January 26th, and we got a Super Bowl matchup, y'all. We got a Super Bowl matchup, y'all. We're going to talk about that in a second, how we got to that point. Obviously, two close conference championship games, honestly, if you want to take my opinion on it. I mean, we saw what happened in both. We'll talk about that in just a second. There's a little bit of news out there. Let me get a couple things going for y'all real quick. Let's see. Get this. Oh, yeah. Let me get this on. Get a little bit of this background in there. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Bennett, what is your prediction for the Browns? What's good, man? What's good, bro? Appreciate you jumping in the show, man. Like, subscribe, all of those good things, bro. If you enjoy it, man. If you're so inclined to do so. I don't know, man. Browns ain't got a coach yet. If they had a coach, I probably could sort of. It looks like Shedeur is still going to be there. By the way, Shedeur Sanders made the Pro Bowl. If you guys didn't know, as far as the Browns go, he was an alternate, made the Pro Bowl. Or the Pro Bowl games. My bad. I forgot they don't play a full on game anymore. They got the flag football and all those types of skills challenges and things. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool. I still, obviously would rather see a game, but here we are. Anyway, as far as your Browns, man, I appreciate the sub, man. I really do appreciate that, man. Damn. I think once we can get that sort of news as far as who's going to be the captain of the ship in Cleveland, then I can probably give you I mean, look, we still have the draft. We still have a lot. It just depends, man. It just depends. Look what happened this year. Jacksonville, not doing good past couple seasons, right? New coach, win the division playoffs first season. Turnaround, big time turnaround. I don't like to look at New England's turnaround as much as like that because I think sometimes organizations have like championship pedigree, right? You know what I'm talking about. As much as it sounds like, oh, fuck you, man. Yeah, I think some organizations and I think the premier organization that has done that shit, I mean, look, Kansas City's been winning them the past few years. New England has championship DNA, not just in like the team itself, the whole organization has it, right? So, when it comes to that little aspect, New England had an easy schedule and they're not top tier. Hey, man, neither were they in 2000, bro. I ain't giving them no props, no. I will tell you before I even get to that, but I mean, obviously, me and V couldn't make the night. Apologies. Had some things to take care of. I will be riding with the Patriots for the Super Bowl. I don't think my pick is going to change. First of all, my brother is a Patriots fan, has been for a long time. One of my best friends is, and I ain't got no problem with the Patriots. Remember, if you've been watching the show, there was a conversation we had on here recently about so there are teams you don't hate because, we don't play the Patriots. The Packers play the Patriots once every 4 years. We played them in the Super Bowl once. We won that. So I have no ill will as far as, it's the recipe for what makes you hate teams, right? First of all, you're going to hate your division rivals. That's a given, right? If you have a team that constantly beats you all the time, that's not in your division, that constantly puts you out of the playoffs, for me, I'll be real with it. For me, i.e. the 49ers, hate them cats, respect them, team is fire, can't give them enough love, hate them cats though, right? See what I'm saying? It's those kind of teams. So obviously if you're in a division, go Lions. Hey, man, there you go, dog. See? Don't like the Lions either. Think your organization is absolutely incredible coach, incredible players. What you've done in the past 4 or 5 seasons is fire. I'm going to give you your props. Still hate y'all, though, because I'm a Packers fan, right? And that's just how it goes, right? If you in sports, that's just how it rolls, right? I mean, you can't sit up here and say, hey, man, that dude said he hated the Lions. Fuck you, because I'm sure you Lions fan out there just said that, Jay Packett. I'm sure you're like, I got it. I get you. I understand you, bro. It's just the way of sports, right? And yeah, New England did have a easy schedule. I will say in the playoffs, though, they've played some pretty tough defenses to get to the point they're at. Seattle has a nice fucking defense. Seattle has a nice offense. And I think this is going to be quite the matchup in 2 weeks from yesterday. But what's good, Venom, man? Appreciate you as always jumping through the show, man. V couldn't make it today. Let's see. As I just said, Shadur Sanders will replace Drake May in the Pro Bowl. Phillip Rivers, Ashley Cameron was good. Phillip Rivers withdraws his name from the Bills head coaching search. Remember, Phillip Rivers put his name in the hat. I think he got interviewed or whatever. He's now withdrawn. Who knows? And look, man, if you saw yesterday's show, you saw the conversation me and V had about the Bills owner and sort of the GM in that press conference they held last week that rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. It did. And so maybe that had something to do with it. Maybe Phillip Rivers said, you know what, I might not want to be here. Y'all is kind of grimy, right? The Chargers officially hire Mike McDaniel as their offensive coordinator, ex-Dolphins head coach. Ashley Cameron, you're a Packers fan. Hey, tip my hat to you. Go Pack, go. You know what I mean? Season didn't end like we wanted it to, but I think we'll be all right. Yeah, we'll be. I think we got a bright future ahead, right? Right. We'll talk about that as sort of the season gets going, as the season winds down, and we have our champions, and we start looking forward to next season. Andy Reid advocates for Matt Nagy to get another head coaching gig. I don't know. Matt Nagy's terms in Chicago didn't end too well, bro. So, of course, he went back to Kansas City where he was, what the work he did in Kansas City got him that head coaching job in the first place. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I hadn't heard any people real high on Nagy. Wish they would have made the divisional. Yeah, man. Excited for the draft. Yeah, me too. Yeah. He said he wish they would have made. Dude, let me tell you something. I do too, man. I have to say that as a Packers fan, as much as I love football and I do love the sport, it's been a little gray cloud over me watching these games these past few weekends. My team got eliminated, wild card weekend. So it's rough. It's rough. By a division rival, no less, which makes it even rougher. Hopefully, Mike McDaniels can steer Justin Herbert to a proper playoff contention. Yeah, man. Hey, hold up, Venom. That's coming from you, brother. Raiders fan, dog. You want to see Justin Herbert get better, dog? Okay. If V was here, he'd shake his head in disgust at that comment you just made, dog. You know I'm fucking with you, man. And the Seahawks are favorites. So let's go back just a day. Let's go back a day as I give my thoughts real quick on the conference championship games that took place yesterday, right? Obviously, let me let's see. Let's get this thing up here, man. Let's see. Get this up. All right, man. Wait, hold up. Open that. Y'all bear with me. I got to get a couple things over. Okay. Here we go. All right. So yeah, again, like I said, I'm gonna bring this up here. This is pretty much the playoff bracket for this season's playoffs. As you can see, right in there, playoff bracket, we got our final two teams, the Seahawks and the Patriots. Seahawks Rams played. Very close game. Both these games were close, man. Patriots Broncos, we'll start with the first one. As you can see right there, I'll bring the scores up real quick so you can take a look at the scores as I sort of chime in. The one big glaring thing, and I know there's been a lot of conversation about it, I think there's going to be a lot of conversation going forward NFL-wise, football-wise, as we sort of take a look at oh, so y'all, okay, I feel you. Okay, Venom, okay, I got you. So you got to make sure the competition level, I think the competition level is already going to be up there, but I got it, man. It was so hard to pick between the Rams and Seattle. Hey, man, bro, Patriots was low scoring. Yeah, super low scoring. It was so hard to pick between the Rams and Seattle. You know what? I think I'm a 9 guy. If you've been watching the show, if not for a while, I'm a Georgia fan. So Matthew Stafford went to Georgia. Even though Stafford got drafted by the Lions, I still rolled with him and thought he was always been a phenomenal player. Was so happy to see him, and not because he was moved out of our division, I was very happy to see him get traded to the Rams because he deserved it, man. He deserved it. And what happened a couple seasons? Got himself a ring, right? What happened this season? He's probably going to win the MVP. Matt Stafford is a Hall of Famer, no doubt. I love Nine. I love him, man. I think he's a great quarterback. I think he has great attitude. He makes everybody around him better. And so, yeah, it was. I thought that the Rams would beat them. That was my pick. But let's get back to Patriots-Broncos. I think anytime you're in a game like this, and look, this was still early in the game when it happened. Sean Payton, although I'm not on a personal level, I do not favor Sean Payton. I think he is an absolutely fucking incredible coach. And I think he messed up here. Just my opinion, just the opinion of a regular old dude who likes football and likes to talk about football. You get a chance to go for, he should have took the 3 points. That would have made a difference. Look what the final score was. Maybe kick overtime in after that, right? I remember my wife coming in and telling me, oh, man, it's really snowing. And I was like, if you think that's crazy, you should have seen the game in the first quarter. You had absolutely zero clue that a snow fucking flake was going to fall on that field the way it looked in the first quarter. But by the time we got to the third and fourth, you all could see blizzard stuff. Yeah, man, look. I don't like snow games. I know a lot of people do. I hate how slow players move in snow games. I thought even Drake May's first down to seal the game looked like he was running less than half a mile per hour. And I know he was going way faster than that. It's just snow makes people look slow. He got over there, got the first down, sealed it. Look, we all knew coming into this thing it was going to be an uphill climb for the Broncos. The quarterback that got them here broke some bones in his ankle in the AFC in the last round of the playoffs. Knew he wasn't going to play. Sort of knew Jarrett Stidham was going to be the one that was going to be catching snaps for the Broncos. And so here we have the game, man, 10-7. I do, if you're asking my opinion about if Bo Nix had played, if I'm going to go out on a limb and just think about if he had played, the Patriots would have lost this game. However, depending on score-wise, I think, they would have adjusted score-wise. I think, if the Broncos had Bo Nix playing and they had gotten up in this game by 20-10 or something, Patriots would have shifted their offensive mindset, the plays that they called to sort of get them there. Just because, that's what NFL teams do. So, yeah, I think if Bo Nix had played, snow football could be a hit or miss, but it's the conference championship. It needs to be above 80 miles per hour from the play. Yeah, man. 80 miles per hour. Yo, I'm sure, Venom, you feel me? Like when you watch a snow game, everybody looks like they're moving in slow motion. It looks like everybody's running on their tippy toes. It just looks weird, bro. Nobody wants to fall. Nobody wants to miss tackles. They know the grounds. It's just bad, dog. It's just bad. I don't like it, but there are people who that snow what the fourth quarter looked like in Denver was what you would, in your mind, if you're thinking about outside in the playoffs in the NFL, that is the quintessential playoff atmosphere, right? Snow. You got to have blowers out there at any point in the game so you can see the yard lines. Like, that shit is incredible. But I hate watching players play on it. It's just terrible football, man. And, obviously they say the ball isn't as slick when it's snow as opposed to rain, which is fine. But, yeah, nah, man. Yeah. So, looking at this close game, of course, and I do, again, I'll say, if Bo Nix had played, if I'm going to go out on that limb and say if he had him, they might have gotten him here. But again, take nothing away from it. The Patriots, they did. Hey, look, if you can remember the Patriots run when it started, I think the most amount of points they ever won a Super Bowl by in those 6 Super Bowls with Brady and Belichick was 7 points. I think they beat the Rams 10-3 in the Super Bowl. Otherwise, I think most of the Super Bowls they've won have been by 3 points, 4 points, right? They've been by these very small margins. So New England they play games close to the chest in football, man. And as much as this is a different regime in New England, look at the head coach. Won 3 titles with the Cats back in the day, right? Look at a lot of people involved. And that's why I'm talking about the Patriots, man. Their organization has championship pedigree, dog. They just do. So anyway, Patriots, Broncos, 10-7. Patriots come out on top. I thought the Broncos was about to clap, bro. They came out the first drive. Stidham was like that long pass over the top, got him within the 10-yard line. Then they scored next play. I said, yo, Long night ahead, long day ahead of you guys for you New England cats. And we saw how the game turned out, man. The difference, as much as you might want to say it, the fourth down. Hey, in a game like this, man, you got to take points whenever they're at a premium, dog. You got to take points, man. And that's easy for me to say. Obviously, I'm not a head coach in the National Football League. I have no head coaching experience. I only played a little football when I was younger. But I think when you're looking at it, everybody out there could say, yo, take these points, dog. Take the points. Yeah. This game is a little iffy at this point, right? So, yeah, man, Patriots 10-7 over the Broncos to win the AFC, and they shall represent said conference in the Super Bowl in a couple weeks, man, in a couple weeks. And that brings us to the nightcap, the NFC Championship game. My team's in the NFC. I happen to favor the NFC over the AFC. Not to say they're always better. That's just where my team, resides. And so I be feeling them, right? This was a game, y'all. Excuse me if I get too loud and excited. Rams, Seahawks played 3 times this season. The Seahawks won 2 of them. All 3 times the game was incredible, dog. Incredible gameplay. Incredible quarterback play. Incredible play all around. Now, obviously, as we get into this game, I guess everybody's going to say the same thing, and I'm going to say it too. The difference in this game, special teams, dog. Special teams. Excuse me, man. My nose is running. Excuse me. Special teams, bruh. We all saw the muff punt by the Rams that the Seahawks jumped right on it, downed it right there by like the 10, 15-yard line, scored on the very next play on a nice pass from Sam Darnold to take the lead, man. Took the lead. Ball goes back to the Rams. Obviously, they got work to do now. What was almost the difference in the game, and I don't care that they won, I got to mention it because if you've been watching this show for any amount of time, if you've been watching your boy here for any amount of time as far as football, sports go in general, right? I have a mantra, and I'm sure some of you guys have heard the mantra, some of you haven't. If you're new here, it goes a little something like, shut the fuck up until the clocks are at zeros. It's easy. It's easy. I am notorious around my friends groups and people who know me well. I'm not a trash talker. I let my team talk it for me. I've been around people who run their mouth so much and they end up losing, then they disappear by the end of the night. I just don't trash talk, man, because I've said it before. At some point in time, your mouth is going to write a check that your team can't cash, and now you got to cash that bitch with your shit, right? You talking up trash, your team loses, now you cashing the check. Now you owe the motherfucker money who you was talking trash to, right? You owe him that currency, which I like to call trash currency, right? So that's one of the reasons I'm not a trash talker. Never have been. Y'all saw old boy from the Seahawks. Stopped him on 4th down. Just had to go to the sideline and run that fucking mouth. Just had to do it. Could not do it. Even though the game wasn't over yet, there was still time on the clock. Shit almost cost him, bruh. Penalty, 15 yards, unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting. You ain't got no business. Dude, you knocked the ball down, you stop him on 4th down, get the fuck back on your sideline and finish the game. Gotta chirp. That's the problem with people, folks. They just gotta say something. They can't take their dub and fucking walk. And I got it. This is the division rivalry. There was a lot of trash talk going on in this game. And, of course, in a game like that, let's see if I can rephrase this. Trash talk, okay, I'll put it like this. When Devontae Adams scored a touchdown and he ran over to the crowd and kind of did some shit and then bounced, that's trash talk that I can see that. What dude did when he went over to the Rams sideline, you're overstepping, dog. You could have cost your team the game. You realize that. If the Seahawks don't make it to the Super Bowl and the Rams do because of that play, I wonder how Cap feeling this morning. He should still be feeling that way because he almost cost his team the game. Literally. He does that, gets the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Immediately, the very next fucking play, Stafford to Nakua on that dude, touchdown. Touchdown. That talking shit, going to the sideline, having to run your fucking mouth because y'all got him on fourth down. Touchdown. That equaled 7 points for the Rams. Yeah, man. See, Venom, you right, bro. Players, you have to pay the price for that shit. So it's not even worth it. Like, I know some dudes who like, hey, V, if he was on here, he's gonna already say, V loves to talk trash, dog. Man, you look silly when you talk it, when you lose. You just do. And so that's why I would say the clock, they still had so much time left in that game when that happened. There's no way in hell you could be talking shit like y'all just won. Wait. It's so much sweeter if you wait. Anyway, that really didn't put, the brakes on them. It did for it to a certain extent, but final score 31-27. The Rams got the ball back. The Seahawks went down to that final drive from Darnold was incredible, dog. Did exactly what he needed to do. Let's see, what was it? Hold on. Yeah, it was 27. So nobody scored in the fourth quarter. That's right. Nobody scored in the fourth quarter. But the Rams get the ball back at the end, sort of get a chance. 2 plays. One of them, the time was running out. They needed to get out of bounds. Puka's knee went down in bounds. He got out. I'd like to send a special shout-out to the Rams and Seahawks for giving us 3 phenomenal games this season. Shout-out to the Rams and Seahawks. The whole NFC West in general for being fired this season, Doc. Even though my team doesn't reside out there, the NFC West was nice. And the Cardinals, whatever. But they gave us some good games, and finally we got to see this one. So the Seahawks move on to the Super Bowl, right? Super Bowl 60. Super Bowl 60, y'all. You know what I mean? Coming at us February 8th. February 5th is when the NFL honors will be. Thursday night, February 5th. They'll be airing on ESPN. We might be doing a show that evening, sort of follow along with the awards and things of that nature. We went over what the nominees were yesterday on yesterday's show. So that's where that's going. But, yeah, man, like I said, congrats to both teams. Or congrats to all 4 teams. Or congrats to both teams that are left. I'm tripping right now. To the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. This is a rematch from the 2014 Super Bowl where the Patriots and Seahawks battled it all the way pretty much to the end of the game when Russell Wilson, they went for a pass play at the goal line. Instead of going for let Marshawn Lynch run the ball famously, and they didn't score. They got it picked off at the goal line by Malcolm Butler, and the rest is history. So, trying to make sure we ain't got no more news I need to jump on before I bounce up out of here. Obviously, like I said, the Seahawks are favored over the Pats already. I'm not about to listen to that nonsense. I'll wait to see when the time gets closer to the game when we pick what's your favorite team. I'm a Packers fan, dog, right here, man. I'm a Packers fan. Appreciate you coming on the show, man. Like, subscribe, share if you're so inclined, if you enjoy yourself. Yeah, I'm a Packers fan, man. Have been for a long time. Also a Georgia fan because I live in Georgia. What's cool about living in Georgia and being a Packers fan is you get to do that little thing that my father-in-law, shouts out to Steve, made me. That little thing back there, it's like half Georgia, half Packers. Pretty fucking cool. So I'm a Packers fan, man. But if you're new here, look, man, you can already tell. You've seen a couple episodes. We respect the game. I love the game of football way more than I love the Packers, way more than I love Georgia. The sport is my favorite of all time. There's just so much skill, so much that goes into it. Most of these players that you see in the NFL that are out here in their mid-20s, all close to 30 years old, have all been playing football since they were like 5 and 6, have been out there on the gridiron since they were small children, learned the game, had bunches of nicks, bruises, scratches, injuries, successful moments, whatever the case may be. But I respect the game a lot, football, just because of how much goes into it. You know what I'm talking about? How much skill goes into it, coaching. Look, you watch a football game right now. There's a million different things going on behind the scenes that you have no fucking clue. And so It's just something that this sport takes that it's the ultimate team sport. It is. We've seen it in other sports. Basketball, you can have one player dominate. Baseball, you can have the same, right? Football, man, it's hard to do something when your offensive line ain't blocking. It's hard to do something when your corners can't cover nobody. See what I'm saying? It's the ultimate team sport, bro. That's why I love it so much, man. But yeah, Tucker, appreciate you jumping in, man. I am a Packers fan, homie. So yeah, man, Super Bowl matchup set. Let's see, Rivers withdrawal. We'll do a search. I think I done hit everything. Top headlines. Let's see. Commanders finalized deal to hire Daronte Jones as defensive coordinator from the Vikings. The Washington Commanders are finalizing a deal to hire Daronte Jones as their next defensive coordinator. Jones will take over for Joe Witt, who was fired earlier this month after 2 seasons with Washington. The Commanders will have 2 inexperienced coordinators in 2026 after replacing Cliff Kingsbury with David Blau in the offseason shortly after the season ended. I don't know where Kingsbury went, man. I'm tripping on that one just a little bit. But anyway, yo, appreciate everybody who joined the show. Appreciate everybody who commented. Everybody, we do this thing mostly 3 times a week. Obviously, football season is almost over, but we got some surprises in store as far as continuing our talk around the sport once the season is over. If you're new here, normally once the season's over with, we have a season finale the day after the Super Bowl. We do a draft show where we sit and watch the entire first round of the draft, and then we do that, and then we usually return back in September for the the next season or whatever. This season is season 7, which is about to conclude in a couple weeks. So everybody who's joined since the season has started, I appreciate you. We appreciate you. And catch us, man. We should be back up in here Wednesday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, as we talk about any developments that have come up during the week when it comes to football. As we know, there's no games this weekend. The Super Bowl is next weekend, but there's always news out there, and there's always stuff to talk about. So, like I said, catch us then. Like I said, if you join the show, like, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And, yo, man, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. Y'all take it easy, man. Peace.